Alright, so we are back. I've got my coffee. Hope you guys enjoyed the little intro because halfway through prepping my coffee, Levi just had a big old meltdown, so I ended up holding him for the latter half, and that's why you saw his hand grabbing at the coffee. But anyway, I've got my coffee. They're all my kiddos are down for a nap, and I am ready to do another weekly Will I Buy It with you all. I'd love to know if you guys are enjoying this. I think it's been about 2, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe closer to 3. I forget exactly when I started. I think it's at least been 2 months of me doing this every single week, and I'd love to know if you guys are still enjoying it. Is it a bit too much, or do you look forward to these? Let me know down below in the comments. Give me some feedback. I just like to make sure I'm not boring you guys. But yeah, we are going to be doing another weekly Will I Buy It, where I'm going to be talking about a bunch of new makeup releases. Most of them are indie because that tends to be what catches my eye. And yeah, I'd love to say that I talk about all the new makeup releases I ever see, but I'm kind of having to pick and choose more now because there just are so many. I could talk for like 2 hours every single week and probably still not cover all of them. So I try to kind of focus on the products or the palettes or whatever new releases that jump out to me, that stand out and catch my eye, and that's why I want to sit down and talk about them. Or if you guys send them to me, I love to do those as well because I appreciate you guys tagging me or sending them to me, so I want to make sure I mention them in a video. But yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right into it and start talking about some new makeup releases. Alright, so I am zoomed over. I'm going to start the recording on my phone. If you don't know, I like to screen record what I'm seeing and then put that on the screen so you guys can kind of see what I'm seeing and be able to zoom in with me. Anyway, first up, I want to talk about this because it definitely caught my eye as just being so KKW. But anyway, KKW is launching this new blush lip set, classic Kim lip set, nude lip set, and red lip set. They are new lip sets from KKW, and I looked at them, I was just like, those look like all her other lipsticks. Like, I don't keep up with the KKW brand at all, but I feel like she frequently comes out with more lipsticks, and I literally can never tell a difference between them. Maybe she just recycles them into new kits. You'll have to let me know. Like I said, I don't keep up with the brand, but I just saw these saying they're new, and I'm just like, they look like every other lipstick that she's ever launched ever before. But anyway, it's a new lip set, $38. I think they're available now if you're interested, but for me, it's an easy pass. I just got a little chuckle when I saw that, and I was like, huh. It looks like the last lip set she launched. I thought this was kind of cool. Zoeva is launching their Together We Shine collection, and I think it's just an eyeshadow palette, a little mini palette like they like to do, and then a face palette. I feel like face palettes, especially in this day and age, you should have at least a couple instead of just one. I don't know, that's just kind of my thoughts on that, but overall, Zoeva is the brand that always intrigues me, but every time they launch something new, I'm just kind of like, not for me. And this is another collection where I'm sure you guys don't need me to tell you, but nothing about this collection interests me. If I was needing a face palette, maybe I would be interested in that one because it definitely does look like a face palette that would work for my skin tones. But I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the 2 blushes just because I'm not a big blush person, so I'd only be using half of the palette. I don't need a face palette, so all around it's an easy pass for me, but it is available now. Oh, this I thought was kind of interesting. Purlisse launched a Blush Glow BB Cheek color. I'm not into cream blushes and all that, so that's honestly what didn't grab me when I looked at this, but I was just surprised to see this coming from Purlisse. I feel like I don't hear much about them, and when I do, it tends to be just because of their skincare. I didn't really know they had makeup. Maybe I knew they had BB creams, but anyway, they're coming out with a BB Cheek color, so actual color cosmetics, and I think it's a pretty nice selection. Like, each one of them are nicely different, so I like that differentiation between the shades, because I feel like so often you see like blush collections, and they're like 10 blushes that are just the tiniest bit different from each other and just like a gradient of the same color. I like it. I think it's a cool color collection, and if I was more into cheek products, I'd probably be more into this, but it's all around an easy pass for me, but I was very intrigued. So NYX Cosmetics is launching the Tetris Official Collection, or Tetris Collection. I thought this was cool because the outer packaging looks so cool. I think it's just so bright and fun, and I feel like they did a good job with the liners to kind of bring out that color. I thought that was fun, but the palette itself, I don't know, but like, it's got color, but it's just such a muted color. Now, NYX, I know, is a brand that tends to not, there's someone who like will launch a palette and have one picture to represent, but then it actually looks like the other, and so I don't know for sure what this palette actually looks like, because looking at it, there is color there, but it's just so muted, so kind of washed out. It almost looks like they brightened the image a ton, and so that kind of washed out all the colors. But I love the idea, you know, with the little Tetris symbols. I always enjoyed Tetris. That was a fun game of mine, so I know that influences me a little bit in liking this collection. But I don't know, the box and the outer packaging, I just feel like they got so spot on, but that palette, I'm just kind of like, and see, here it looks a little bit more brighter, but again, I don't know if it's because of the light, so I'm gonna pass on this, but I thought the collection was really cool. I like the idea for the collection. Oh, I want to touch on this really briefly, but DandyLuons Co is going to be launching new shades here soon. There's no information. That he just posted this picture recently on his brand or Instagram page, but it looks really pretty. Nice little selection of colors. I see a little green way up there. Yeah, I'll be curious to see what, you know, he comes out with. I don't think I've tried any of his shimmers. I think I've tried a highlighter and the rest of them are mattes, so I have no experience with this formula, but they look really pretty, so I figured I would shout them out if you're at all curious. He will be dropping something soon. You can always follow him on Instagram, and that way you know whenever he comes out with something new. So Dragun Beauty is launching the Explicit Mascara. I wasn't surprised at the name, but anyway, I was kind of intrigued because, like, looking at that wand, first off, her graphic liner, I love it, but looking at the wand, that actually looks like a really nice wand. I'm not mad at it. Like, it looks really small. It looks like a natural hair bristle brush, I can't talk, brush, which isn't my favorite. I prefer a plastic just because I feel like it can grab onto the lashes more. That always kind of makes me chuckle whenever I see, like, advertisements for a new mascara and you can tell that the model's wearing falsies or, like, you know, false lashes, and it's just like, why are you modeling a mascara if you aren't even showing what it looks like? But anyway, it looks nice. I like how tiny it is. Like, that would be a great mascara for my lower lashes. I don't plan to pick it up at all just because I don't really plan to support Dragun Beauty. The aesthetic just really isn't me, and I'm not crazy about supporting the person behind the brand, so it's an easy pass for me. But the brand, or like the brand product, I was really intrigued about. I think that could be a really nice mascara, just depending on how the formula is, but I like how tiny the wand is. So Huda Beauty is coming out with a collection around tortoise shells, and I think this is so funny because I could have swore someone predicted this. I forget who it was, but you know, towards the end of 2020, I saw a bunch of prediction videos, and I want to say someone predicted that she would be coming out with a tortoise shell inspired collection. You have to let me know if you remember who said that, but I thought that was so funny when I saw it, and I was like, ah, someone said that. But anyway, tortoise inspired, packaging is cute, but the actual colors inside, it's just an easy pass. This coral one, or caramel is what she's calling it, it's kind of corally looking, but anyway, that intrigued me, but that was really the only one. Everything else, all the other ones are just neutral. I feel like it's a tad bit repetitive because I feel like she has a lot of like neutral, nude type of eyeshadow palettes already, even in these 9pan, but I don't know. I think it's a neat idea to go with. I think it's, you know, very innovative and something, you know, new and fresh. I don't think anyone's ever done a collection like this, but actually looking at the colors inside, it's an easy pass for me. It's just not my type of palette that I like to wear, but if you are into neutrals, if you enjoy Huda's formula, these are going to be available, I think, soon. Dropping March 30th, if you're curious. Ciate London launched a new foundation. This is Dewy Skin in a little squeezy tube, a gorgeous semi-sheer skin tint with a super glowy finish. I am trying to get into the more dewier skin, and I've tried I've bought a couple foundations and whatnot to try, or tinted moisturizers that have a more luminous and dewy look to them, but I have yet to find one that works well for me because majority of them, when I put them on, I look like a greasy mess by the halfway mark of the day, and it's, I mean, not even just like, oh, you're a little shiny kitty. No, it's like I could crack an egg on my forehead and probably cook it. Like, that's how greasy I look. It's not a good mix. So I get really scared when I see things like, you know, dewy skin, a gorgeous semi-sheer skin tint with a super glowy finish. That scares me off, but I'm intrigued. Like, I want to find a really nice, we're going to talk about one here in a minute that I might be trying, but I want to find a really light coverage foundation for the daily that I don't have to worry about it breaking up, that doesn't give me a whole lot of coverage, but just kind of, you know, shears out and blends in and just looks very natural with a little bit of glow. I feel like everything glowy just looks like a greasy mess. So this is an easy pass for me, but I am on the hunt for a nice dewy type of foundation or semi-matte foundation that works on my skin, my oily skin, that isn't super heavy coverage, because I just want something light for the summer. Oh, I'm so excited for Samantha. She is collabing once again with OFRA Cosmetics on a new collection that is dropping on Monday, so in a couple days. I am so, look, let me show you. She sent me the collection. This is just the box, that's why I was able to throw it around. But she sent me the collection. I was so very grateful. I filmed with it. The video will be coming on Monday, so if you want to hear my thoughts, stay tuned in a couple of days, and I'll have a little casual get ready with me using all the products and just kind of showing you guys the quality and talking about the collection. But yeah, it's dropping on Monday. It's called the Belongs To collection. There's a Life's a Draft palette over here, which is so very cute, so very Samantha. I saw this immediately and was like, yes, that's Samantha. And then then there's the Sam Squad Lip Gloss Trio, and then you can get the whole collection, this whole PR box as well for $59. And I thought the prices were really great. I thought they, especially for OFRA, like I was saying, I'm gonna say in Monday's video, I feel like OFRA tends to be more expensive. And I mean, their eyeshadow palette that I have, I can't even remember, but like the colorful one that I reviewed was like $99 for that eyeshadow palette. So I feel like in general they're very expensive. So to see a collection where the palette, you get 8 shadows and 3 face products for $39, plus you can use Samantha's code Samantha on top of that to get more off, I wasn't mad at that price. But anyway, very excited for Samantha. Huge congratulations. And if you want to hear my thoughts, stay tuned for Monday. Okay, so Laroc? I don't ever know how to pronounce this brand because I know Laroc Cosmetics, L-O-R-A-C. That's Laroc. But this brand is, the vowels are swapped, L-A-R-O-C. But it sounds the same when I say it, Laroc. Anyway, this brand is launching a new palette. They tend to do very large palettes. I've heard good things about the brand. I've never tried them before, but this palette definitely caught my eye when I was scrolling. I was like, oh, that's a pretty palette. Very heavy on like the reds and pinks and, you know, corals up there and oranges even. But it's got that one row of green at the bottom that definitely caught my eye. I like the sunsetty colors, of course, and it's got a nice row of blue. I don't know if there are glitters in this. It almost looks like they are. I'm not really sure. But if those are shimmers, those are probably beautiful shimmers. But yeah, this is an easy pass for me. I'm inundated with eyeshadow palette, but definitely it caught my eye. The brand has caught my eye several times. I'm always checking to see if they've launched anything new, and they just intrigue me. They just kind of tickle my interest a little bit, but I have yet to try the brand, so let me know if you've tried them. I'd love to know. I got sent this from Lucky Lashes Co. They revealed their newest release, the Glam Not Now Smoke Later eyeshadow palette containing 9 shades with a mix of 4 mattes and 5 shimmers. And this is a cute little palette. You guys know I love a green palette. So this little shade up here, I can't read what it is, but that shade, that green shimmer or foiled shadow definitely intrigues me. I like that they have a blue in there. I think that's really interesting because I feel like usually weed themed palettes tend to be very like green and brown. But this, I mean, this has green and brown, but it also has a blue. So I thought that was really cool. And then that minty green blue over there has a black in it. It's a cute little palette. I forget, coming soon, it doesn't have a price or anything. But yeah, I like the color story. It definitely intrigues me. I don't plan to pick it up just because you guys know I've mentioned this before. I'm not crazy about the weed themes when it comes to palettes. It's just not my style, not my vibe. So that kind of just doesn't really grab me. And then also too, I have so many palettes that I'm trying to get a little bit more picky and not purchase so many until I get through what I'm going over here. So for all those reasons, this is going to be a pass. But I did want to share with you guys, it's going to be a pass for me. So Juvis Place dropped an eyeshadow primer, kind of like the P. Louise bases. It looks kind of like what they're doing here. They have 3 shades. It's lightweight eyelid primer that color corrects and smooths lids, leaving your beautiful canvas to enhance the vibrancy, blendability, wearability, and creaselessness of your favorite eyeshadows. Price is $12. It's available at Ulta already. I was intrigued. If I was ordering something and I needed to like hit $50, maybe I'd throw this in my cart. But honestly, I'm really trying to talk myself out of it because my drawer for eyeshadow primers is so full that I have to stack them all in a very specific way in order to shut them. So that tells me I got too many. So I need to really work on going through those before I get any more. But I was excited to see Juvis Place coming out with something new. And this is definitely something that I would be interested in trying. Ooh, 50/50 Makeup. I feel like we haven't talked about them in a while, but they have a new release. This is the Aphrodite Palette 2.0 Extended and Reloaded, featuring 12 shades with 6 mattes and 6 shimmers. Available now, retails for $26.67. Here is what it looks. Ooh. If I can zoom. Here's what it looks like. It's an easy pass for me just because you guys know I'm not really into pinks and whatnot, so this whole color story is just kind of like a neutral, it's just okay. I like the pop of blue in there, but that's the only kind of pop that I see, so it's a pretty warm tone neutral palette if you're curious to have a warm tone neutral palette. But for me personally, it's an easy pass. But there was also one other thing. Let me go to 50/50 Makeup because they also launched this. They launched a crystal highlighter. This one's rose quartz, and there's also citrine, opal, and calcite, I think is what it's called, launching March 23rd. So yeah, they're coming out with a highlighter and an eyeshadow palette. It's gonna all be a pass for me just because if I was buying a palette, then maybe I'd throw in the highlighter and try it all together. But as it is, it's all around an easy pass for me. But excited to see 50/50 Makeup coming out with something. So Ivette Beauty is launching a new neon Neon Pigments. She launched 6 different colors. I'm not sure of the price, but she tends to have really pretty low prices, in my personal opinion, pretty affordable. I have a ton of neon pigments from both Midas and Glimmer Cosmetics, so it's going to be an easy pass for me. But if I didn't have any, this would definitely be an option I'd be curious to try. But they look like really fun colors. You guys know I love neons. I like neon pigments. They're so much fun, especially if you just put a little bit in your inner corner. I should have done that today with like a pink. That would have been fun. But anyway, I was excited to see that she's launching something new, so just want to shout her out real quick. It's available now on their website. So Klarity Kosmetics is coming out with a pastel eyeshadow palette, and I just have to talk about this for a minute because I saw this video and I was like, oh my goodness, that's like pastel with a bit of grungy greenness to it. That looks beautiful, and I was all about it. I was like, yes, I want it. I love like pastel grunge is exactly what I was saying that I wished was in the Give Me Glow Pastel James palette coming out, because there's no kind of grunge to it. So anyway, then I went over to the swatches and I kind of see the grunge, but it's not as obvious to me. Like I definitely think that that green, I'll have a martini, is like a grungy green more so than the green in the Give Me Glow. But everything else, I don't know. I don't see that blue over here. I did read that the shimmers are duochrome, so maybe that's why, but still with the mattes, like they should look right, just kind of passing over. So the difference between the video of the palettes and then the swatches confused me. However, they did open it up for a pre-order and I couldn't resist, so I bought it on pre-order. So I will be getting this in, and I'll justify it by saying I'm going to do a video comparing this to the Give Me Glow Pastel Dreams palette when it comes out, because they're hopefully going to be launching around the same time, both in April-ish, though I think Give Me Glow will be after Klarity. Anyway, I'm going to pick it up. I'll do first impressions if I can fit it in, but I definitely want to do a video comparing the two, Klarity and Give Me Glow, comparing their pastel palettes, because there are going to be 2 options available, so I thought that video might be helpful. But yeah, I didn't need another pastel palette, but I was too curious. I couldn't resist, so I picked it up, and I'm just so curious to see, I want to see what the duochromes are like, because that sounds really pretty, and then also I just want to see what this palette looks like in real life, because I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just my eyes, but there's a disconnect when I look at this video and when I look at the swatches. Oh, so Artist Couture launched face palettes, 3 different face palettes, I think, or 2. No, I think just 2. They're dropping on the 26th at 12 p.m. PST, and yeah, there's 2 volumes, $34 each. And then they're coming to Sephora in April. But yeah, cute little palettes. I like that they're like very blushy, but they got depth to them, and they also just, I don't know, they have different colors than just pink. I love the peach. There's something about peachy blush that I do really enjoy, especially for spring and summer. So I thought they were pretty. An easy pass for me. I'm not into face palettes and whatnot at the time, but it definitely caught my eye when it launched. I was very intrigued. I'm very intrigued to try Artist Couture as a brand. I almost bought their pastel palette that they launched a couple weeks ago, but I just kind of kept hemming and hawing. I was waiting for it to come to Sephora, and I think it just came there, and I feel like it's a little late at this point, so I haven't picked it up, but I'm curious to try the brand. But for me, it's not going to be with this face palette. Okay, here's the foundation I was talking about. Fenty Beauty is launching the Ease Drops, a new blurring skin tint that delivers an instantly smooth and blurred complexion in a few drops for quick, everyday coverage in 25 flexible shades. I'm really tempted to pick this up and try it, because this sounds like it doesn't go too much into like you're gonna be so dewy. So it sounds like something that is very light and kind of skin-like that'll work on my oily skin without making me look like a grease ball. I am so intrigued. It drops on the 26th and it will be coming to Sephora then. I asked on Instagram, I was like, hey, what do you guys think? Are you interested in hearing my thoughts? And the majority said yes, like the vast majority. I think like less than 10% said no. So I'm really tempted. Let me know if you'd like to see. I haven't done like a foundation kind of first impressions or anything in a long time, but maybe I can try it in a like get ready with me, one of my casual Katie chat whatever videos that I've been doing, or I just started doing. I've done one. I've got another one coming on Monday, but I'm starting to do that, so maybe I could use it and try it in one of those kind of really relaxed videos and not make it too much of a structured wear test. Let me know that down below in the comments. That would definitely be helpful, but I'm definitely like 75% sure I'm gonna buy it, but there's still 25% that's trying to talk me out of it because I don't need another foundation, another high-end foundation, but I'm very curious. So Wayne Goss is launching something new, a face palette. These are bronzers. This is the Radiance Boosting Face Palette. 3 shades, 2 tones in each palette. One radiance, one is like a radiant type of bronzer, and the other one is a matte type of contour, and like I said, 3 different shades. I'm very intrigued. You guys know contour bronzing is my thing. That's where I love a good contour bronzer. Don't ask me why. I could just go ham and just chisel my face all day. I can skip the blush, but I don't ever skip my bronzer. So this definitely really intrigues me. I don't plan to pick it up though because I'm not crazy about shimmer in my bronzer and stuff, so knowing one of them does have some type of radiance to it, I don't know, I just like it matte when it comes to my face and my bronzer and contour. I'm not really into the shimmer. So it's going to be a pass for me for now, but it definitely caught my eye. I gave it a couple seconds thought and I was just like, no, Katie, you don't need it. I talked myself out of it, but I was definitely intrigued. It definitely caught my eye and I was very curious. I'd love to hear if you guys are at all interested in getting it because it caught my eye. I definitely was very intrigued. So Pat McGrath launched something new. They have two new kits, Dark Star and Lust, V3 and V2, available on the 25th, and I don't know the price. So my camera stopped recording and I obviously was not looking. So let's hope I didn't miss too much. But basically I was just saying that Pat McGrath has launched these two new products. One is for lips, one is for eyes. Pat McGrath is relatively expensive. I don't know the price, but they're relatively expensive and I'm just not that into like singular products for me to want to buy it, but definitely intrigued. Like this looks super pretty, but for me it's going to be a pass, but it caught my eye and so I wanted to share. If you are a Pat McGrath fan or you enjoy, you know, picking up her products, she is launching something new. Though it does look like they're not new products, they're just new kits. Because they have over here two lipsticks and those indicate new products and those are the only thing with the asterisk. So I don't know. I'm not very well informed on Pat McGrath, but I figured I would share that. Available the 25th. Okay, so Colourpop has launched something new. No one is surprised, but this is a Lizzie McGuire collection and it's going to be launching the 26th at 10 a.m. PST. They have this palette as you see right here. I like those two shades at the bottom. The greens definitely intrigue me. Very, very much into those, but the rest of the palette is an easy pass. They have some glosses. I'm not into glosses, especially squeeze tube glosses. I just feel like they're more of a hassle. And then they also have some glitter, like body glitter. Not into glitter, so that's an easy pass. They have a lip scrub. I don't need lip scrub. I never remember to use a lip scrub, so that's an easy pass. And then they have blushes, which both look to be a shimmery type of blush. Easy pass for me. The whole collection is an easy pass. And when it comes to like the packaging and the artwork and whatnot, I'm not really like, it doesn't sway me. I never watched Lizzie McGuire growing up, so I know nothing about her. I just know her name. Like growing up, I definitely heard about like the Lizzie McGuire movie show, whatever it was, but we never watched it growing up, so that doesn't pull me at all, you know, in that aspect. It's definitely cute, like all the coloring and whatnot. I love that kind of almost watercolor tie-dye look. It's very pretty, but it's all around an easy pass for me. Nothing in this collection grabs me. Ooh, a quick little announcement. TerraMoons had sets available at Urban Outfitters. I thought that was super exciting. I think she might have already sold out on these. You'll have to go and see, but if you're someone who shops at Urban Outfitters and you'd be curious to try TerraMoons Cosmetics, maybe you're placing an Urban Outfitter order soon, definitely check this out. I think that's really cool to see an indie brand in a store like Urban Outfitters, and I hope we continue to see stuff like that again, but huge congrats to TerraMoons. That's really exciting. Okay, so Alien Cosmetics launched this palette. It's a no for me. I'm not into the artwork on the cover, but I just saw the inside of this palette and I was smitten. Like, look at that. That's really pretty. I love the green. I love the gold. I love the mustards. I even like the blues and the purples with those shimmers. Like, those would be so pretty paired with a really mustard, very grungy type of outer corner with all those mattes. I like the color story. But it's just going to be a no because I feel like I say this every time with Alien Cosmetics. Their color stories always intrigue me, but their artwork is where I just kind of lose me. It's just not me personally. It's just not my style. So it's going to be a pass for me. But if we're just talking about the color story, this is definitely a very pretty color story. I would probably be so very tempted if the artwork for the outside was any different because the color story in that palette really intrigues me. Definitely gets me excited, but it's going to be a no at the end of the day just because the artwork isn't for me. So this brand Larina Makeup Cosmetics, they launched soft duochromes. I believe they are loose pigments. We can watch this video to show the soft duochromes. I believe they're loose pigments. I don't care to work with loose pigments, so it's an easy no for me, but they look really pretty. Also too, if I'm gonna go duochrome, I'm not the type to want to go soft duochrome. Like if I'm gonna go duochrome, I want it to be obvious and bold. So the soft duochrome isn't really my vibe either, but they look really pretty. Like they don't look that soft. They just, I don't know, that's how they title it. Anyway, very, very pretty. They look like very fine and smooth and almost like sheerish, which isn't my style when it comes to like the shimmers. Oh yeah, it is a loose. Luminary looks so pretty, but it's going to be a pass for me. I think it's available now though. Yep, it's available now if you're curious. I haven't tried the brand. Let me know if you have. Okay, so BH Cosmetics is launching this Flower Power collection. It includes a 16 color eyeshadow palette for $12, 4 color blush palette for $12, and a Flower Power 5-piece eye and face brush set with bag for $18. So yeah, everything included in this picture. I feel like BH Cosmetics repeats this same color story just over and over and over when it comes to their palettes. Like, yeah, I feel like I've seen that color story so many times when it comes to BH Cosmetics. So it's going to be an easy pass for me. Also, I'm not into like, not that I don't like the color store or the design of the palette, but it's just not me. I don't know, it's just okay. It doesn't intrigue me. The eye look that she did is beautiful though, I will say that. And then face palette, same story. I'm just not into face palettes. And then brushes, I do like some of BH Cosmetics brushes, but I don't love their collections. Usually just aren't my style. They're too like blunt or not dense enough or not, you know, they're soft, so it's not that. It's more with the cut and the density of their brushes that I don't always enjoy. Rebel Rouge Labs is launching this Gods and Monsters, I believe it's what it's called, palette, and looks to be, let's see, no, more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shimmers and the rest mattes. It's a neat color story. I feel like when I look at the palette, I was super intrigued. Like, I like what I see there. It's got a lot of greens and more kind of grungy colors. But when I saw it swatched out, I wasn't as crazy about it. I don't know. I like the greens in the palette, but I'm not a fan of like the pastel pink in there with the ultraviolets at the top. Also too, I don't know, Body Electric, Guillotine, Dark Paradise, Ultraviolence. I don't know. I'm not crazy about the names in it either as I'm going through it. Overall, you know, even not taking the names into consideration, there was just something about this palette that didn't hit it for me. But it's $25.99. Available now for pre-order, and there's a code MJones to save 10% off if you're curious. I don't know, it's a nice color story, but something about it didn't grab me when I actually saw them all swatched out. Like, I look at that and I have a hard time putting looks that I will enjoy and that I want to do with that color story. Maybe I'm just having an off day as I'm looking at it, but I don't know, that's just my thoughts. Okay, I mentioned this in last week's late breaking news and I was going to talk about it, but this is from NYX Cosmetics again, and they are launching this Strawberry Milkshake palette, and it has 9 pans, will be for $35. This color story is very pretty. The color story is very pretty. I like what I see there. I like the mix of mattes to shimmers, and their shimmers look really nice. Like, look at them swatched out. That pink is definitely chunky, but the yellow in there and the red look very pretty, and then the mattes look really nice too. However, I'm not as crazy. I mean, the artwork isn't as, like, I don't have as much a problem as I have with a lot of their other palettes, like the one we just talked about. So it's not the worst in that aspect, but I still don't love it. I don't know, I guess it's not terrible. I don't like when things are, you know, dripping out of people's eyes. That weirds me out. That's a personal thing for me. I know maybe it doesn't weird anyone out because I think it's supposed to be like her looking at ice cream and crying. But the drippy, I don't like it. And eyeballs and stuff oozing out of them, I just don't really like. Even when it's done artistically like this, it just kind of weirds me out. So this is going to be a pass for me just because while it's not as bad as the previous palette we just talked about from NYX Cosmetics, it still isn't just, it's still not my vibe. Okay, so those are all the products that we are going to be talking about today in today's Will I Buy, talking about new makeup releases. Per usual, any late breaking news is going to be over here as we do this outro. And yeah, overall, I think I pretty much talked myself out of everything except for the Fenty foundation. The Fenty foundation, I am very, very tempted, but as yet I am undecided if I'm going to pick it up. So if you have any, you know, feedback to give me, if you would like to see a video, if you would like to see a certain type of video with it or hear my thoughts on it, I have very oily skin that can be acne prone. It's not that bad these days, but I do break out. Let me know that down below in the comments, or if you're in the live stream, you can let me know that in the live stream. But yeah, that was really the only product, I think if I remember correctly, that really caught my attention. So it's a pretty chill week, pretty slow week, nothing too exciting. Like, there's releases, but nothing that grabbed me enough to tempt me and make me want to purchase it. I was able to talk myself out of pretty much everything pretty easily. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's video. I meant to ask in the beginning, but what do you guys think of my new version of the Instagram shout out? I'd love it if you could give me some feedback down below, because I've been playing around with not shortening it, because I still enjoy doing the Instagram shout out, but making it in such a way that it flows with my intro, because I know my intros can be long because I'm a very chatty girl sometimes. So I was thinking of a way to not make it even longer and put it on the side so that as I'm talking in the intro, I can still shout someone out in an Instagram comment. So I'd love to hear your feedback. I've only done it in one other video. Yesterday's video is when I started doing it, but I'm going to do it for a little while and feel it out. But if you have any thoughts, if you think it's a great thing, if you think it's a bad thing, if you miss having, you know, cutting over to its own screen and giving, you know, 10 seconds, I think is how long it was to shout out in an Instagram comment. If you missed that, let me know that down below in the comments. I'd love your feedback. But yeah, it's just something new I was deciding to try. And since I do this on a live stream and I'm able able to be in the comments chatting with you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the live chat as I close out this video. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. One really quick at the end, I just want to say thank you so much for all the love on my video that I posted on Wednesday. I really do appreciate it. I still need to reply to all the comments. I will be replying to all the comments, but I just wanted to verbally say in a video here that I've been reading them, and I really do appreciate you guys being so very sweet and so very kind in the comments. Yeah. I just really do appreciate it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna close it up here so I can go start editing this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Per usual, you guys know I'm over on Instagram if you want to connect with me and get daily content. I'm LadyKD92 over there. And give this video a thumbs up on your way out, as it helps me in the whole YouTube algorithm. And with all that said, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.